So a question a lot of you have been asking is, will Facebook just crash? Will the stock go down the toilet in the next few weeks or months? And I'll be honest, I honestly don't believe that Facebook is going down, despite the fact I'm not even a big fan of Facebook. I think that the company is run very, very badly. I don't like the management. But Facebook is a different company compared to companies like Apple. People love Apple. They love their products. They really enjoy how the products feel and how they work so well. And a lot of people don't really like Facebook. You didn't join Facebook because you like Mark Zuckerberg or because you like the design of the site. The whole point was to basically communicate with your friends. And the site has oftentimes let us down. They manipulate the algorithms to promote what Facebook thinks you should see rather than what you honestly think you want to see. And they've had their share of privacy scandals. For instance, there was one instance where they were trying to make you feel sad in order to manipulate your psychological mindset. That really got them into trouble. Or when they sold a lot of data about individuals, the Cambridge Analytics situation. And then there's the whole issue of why did Facebook spend billions of dollars for WhatsApp when there's no revenue that comes from WhatsApp directly? You don't pay to use WhatsApp, and supposedly the information is private on there, although the metadata is seen. So people in general don't like Facebook, and I think that makes them think, hey, this is a terrible company, it's a bad stock. But actually, just from a financial point of view, this is a very good company, and it's kind of a weird thing because it's a company people don't like, but yet they make so much money. So why is that? Well, the one reason why is because it's an amazing company for advertisers, and that's who the real customers of Facebook are. The people on Facebook who advertise, they're actually the real customers, and they actually have good reasons to advertise on there, because since they gather so much intelligence on actual users who use the site in terms of what people are doing, they know absolutely everything that people are doing every single moment of the day. And so as a result, because they have all of this data and they really know exactly what's going on, they really manipulate it to their benefit. They know exactly what your interests are, how much income you have, like where you live and things like that. And for advertisers, this information is just so super valuable because it allows them to micro-target to such a small demographic of the population, and it allows for them to make so much more money as a result. So if you are an advertiser, you definitely want to be on Facebook, and that's what makes it such a great company for the shareholders, though, because shareholders are getting about almost an 80% profit margin. I mean, there's a reason why Facebook is able to pay their employees so much money also. I mean, a lot of their average employee at Facebook is into six figures, and one of the major reasons why is because ad revenue is a very, very lucrative thing on Facebook, and despite how unpopular Facebook is, the number of people who are using Facebook continues to go up each year. And so it doesn't matter if there's a new scandal about something new or weird or creepy that Facebook is up to, whether it's the new Instagram for kids or whether it's how Facebook shadow bans people and tries to promote certain kinds of ideas over others. The truth is that as long as people are using this site, and it doesn't matter if they like it or the site or not, they're still using it, and they're using it in greater numbers, and they entice you with the fact that it's free. And so as long as that continues, I think that the site is going to do really well financially. Now, of course, there are competitors to Facebook. There's Gab, there's Getter, there's MeWe, and a whole bunch of other sites. But here's the problem: none of your friends are on those sites. So as a result, it means it's actually there's really no point to posting in places where your friends are not seeing it. If you want to post something you want your friends to see, well, you're either going to write to them privately, and Facebook actually owns that to some extent. They own the Facebook Messenger, and they own Instagram Messenger, and they own WhatsApp. So a lot of the ways that people communicate, Facebook is onto it, and as a result, they are one step ahead of you, and they're not going to allow you to just communicate privately with your friends just like that. So they're definitely on top of communication, whichever way you want to do it. And as a result, they're always gathering more intelligence on their users, and that allows for shareholders to make more and more money. And so it's an interesting racket. Now, of course, the risk in any kind of business is whether the government is going to get involved. And the interesting thing with Facebook is the government is not getting involved in it, and there's a reason why. For one thing, on the Democrat side, they don't want to regulate Facebook because they like how they censor certain content and how they promote certain kind of ideologies and establishment voices. And on the Republican side, they tend not to like to regulate business. And even though Facebook doesn't even like Republicans very much, they still don't want to regulate it. So Facebook is somewhat anti-fragile in the sense that it has suffered a lot of scandals, a lot of big scandals, and they have a CEO who is kind of odd, and millions of people use the site. They don't even like the site necessarily, but it's free, and that is what entices them, and the advertisers seem like they're happy and content to use it because they're getting results from it. So whether we like Facebook or not, I have bought $20,000 worth of Facebook, and I do believe that this is a good hold long term. I don't believe it's unfortunately, I'll be honest, I don't like Facebook, and I even tell people not to use the site despite the fact that I am a shareholder. So I believe that the site will do well. I don't think it's a MySpace. I think they kind of know they have to always be on to the next thing. Otherwise, they'll beat MySpace. Like, for instance, that's one reason why I think they bought Instagram and why they got into live videos, and they're getting to the reel with this kind of like a competitor to TikTok. So don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon. Anyway, let me know what you think of Facebook stock in the comments below. Subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.